Okay, let's get started. What we're going to do first, as always, is make sure we have all the equipment that we need for this project. We have our canvas with our rabbit peel-off right on it. We have our colors off camera, slightly off camera. There's a cup of water. For this project, we have an additional color, aside from the 6 colors in the strip, is some black. We have our paper towel, which I like to fold in half. And we also have our brush that has a nice slim side and a nice fat side. We have our spatula, and we also have, addition to this particular project, a very small piece of palette paper, which is off camera, but I'll show it to you again later. And we're going to use that to mix a few colors. I'm also going to show you how you can use the spatula for a dual purpose other than just lifting the peel. Okay, so let's move all the stuff out of the way that we don't need in our camera shot so we can start this project. For our rabbit, we want to make sure that we understand we're not painting inside or on the peel off, in the sense of on the middle, because we have an eye socket, a nose, and an ear. These openings need to remain as wide as we can make them. So what we're going to do is we're going to literally be painting around the rabbit. And we're just going to be adding a kind of a green backdrop, if you will. And to do that, or to achieve that, we're going to first pick up a little bit of green, and we're going to start right here in this corner and just kind of tap that in like so. And then we'll just introduce some yellow. See, no washing of the brush, let the colors mix, and just add that to the mixture so that it starts to make a kind of a light green. We don't mind if the spots are greenish, dark greenish, light greenish. We want that variation though as we build all the way down. So I'm just going to take this, and remember, I always like to begin where I stop. So I'm going to start on these edges, mixing a little green, a little yellow. And for this, we don't have to be specific. We just need to make sure we have a full coverage. Okay, see? A little green, a little yellow. And we're just going to keep doing that dance. A little green, a little yellow. Turn the brush over because there's paint on the other side. And we're just going to keep going all the way down. Now, as we approach our peel, we're going to make sure we stay on the edge. So you see how I'm dancing right around the edge of the rabbit's ear and the top part of his body. And then I'm going to introduce a little yellow, same way as we did. But I like to keep moving so we don't establish a hard line. In another video, I'm going to be talking about a lot of the do's and don'ts when it comes to paintings, where we'll discuss hard lines, how they're formed, how sometimes they're good, and how sometimes we just don't want them. And I'm going to show you and teach you how to paint so that you could avoid that. And one way of avoiding it is don't let one area sit too long before introducing some color to it to keep it nice and fresh. As acrylic paint dries, it can dry really, really fast. It gets hard like plastic, and whatever lines or brush strokes you leave, they're going to stay in the painting no matter what you do. And like I said, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. So I'm not trying to speed race, but I am going to try to block this in as quickly as possible. I don't want to do a time-lapse video because I personally feel like I'm robbing you of the educational points of showing you how to do something in almost real time. If I pause, it'll be just to allow paint to dry, but I'll let you know when I'm doing that. So here, now we have this portion. I'm going to try to come over here and work a little bit so this area doesn't get set up too much, so that we don't form real hard lines here. So what I'm going to do is right at the edges, introduce some color just to blend it into what was already there. And again, keeping it in mind, I'm trying to paint around the edge. So let's just go all the way around. I'm going to stop about here. So I'm going to stop about here on both sides, but let's finish up this side really quickly so we can just get to the crux of the painting. Down here I want it to be a little lighter, so up here I don't mind it being kind of dark, but I still want to introduce some yellow and some green. Let's just dance that around as much as possible just to block this in. There, that looks pretty good. Doesn't make sense right now, but it will later. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I stopped about here. Doesn't have to be a straight line, but I want you to see where I'm stopping at, just below his tail. And now I'm going to pick up again on this side, going right near the edge, being very, very careful. Okay, I'm going around the bunny. So see, I want to stop about here. So this is about a good straight line, even underneath his body. But I'm going to leave that because I want to add another color underneath his body for artistic purposes. So here we go. We're just finishing in the blocking. Blocking is simply where you take an area and you make it solid. There you go. I'm going to add some green so you can see it. Take some yellow, put that right on the top, and just dance that color. There. So now that we have our background blocked in, I'm going to dip my brush in the water, like to ring the bell, wipe it on the paper towel. Let me show you. Wipe it on the paper towel. And then I want to pick up some of this raw sienna. And I'm going to take that and tap that underneath his body. Let me hold the canvas so it doesn't move. And I'm going to take that straight across, even into the greenish color. It's fine. Let it mix together like that. And this is just to introduce another color. Doesn't really have any other purpose than letting us know we're hitting close to the ground. And then to achieve that even more, there's a burnt sienna or burnt umber. So I'm going to take some of that dark color and I'm just going to introduce that just below the beige or the burnt raw umber that I put in here. Burnt sienna that I put in here. Now I'm going to literally take some of this dark color and I'm just going to kind of make a line like that. Pardon me. There you go. That's going to act as a shadow later on, just right underneath. There you go, just like that. Let me clean off my brush because we're going right back into what? A little yellow and a little green. So I'm going to start with the yellow, then some of that, some green, put some of that. Please excuse my fingers. I'm just going to come right across the bottom now. This will be the front part of where the rabbit is sitting. So we can introduce a little green, a little yellow. I'm just going to dance that across. See how that's forming a hard line, but I'm putting the color right near the edge to kind of blend it. Just a little bit. There you go. And there. That takes care of that. Let me move this up. Get it back into perspective for the video. There you go. Now we're just going to sit that for a second and we're going to finish up. So now that we have that area blocked in, it's all blocked in for us, what we're going to do at this point is we're just going to start working inside the rabbit, and then we're going to come back and reestablish this dark that we've kind of made here, and it'll all start to make sense in a second. Now this is critically important. What I'm about to do right now is I'm going to take the palette sheet that I gave you. I'm going to take a tiny amount of pink and a little bit of white, and I'm just going to mix them together till it turns a very light pink. I'm going to take that mixture and I'm going to paint right inside the ear. That's all. That's it. It's a nice light pink to start with. And then I'm going to clean off my brush. We'll come back to this palette sheet in a second. That's good for right now. Now remember that black that I told you that we had, that we kept to the side? Here it is in a separate container. I'm going to pop that open. Now I'm going to try and show you what we're going to do around this eye which is shaped kind of like a teardrop. So I'm going to make sure my brush is dry. I don't need a lot of black for this, so I'm only going to use a little bit. And what I want to do is I first want to go right along the edge of that eye. And what I'm doing is I'm creating a line. See how I'm leaving the inside open? I want to make sure the paint touches just a little bit on the canvas. So I left the spot open and I put it around the eye, and I'm hoping that it created a line for me, because I don't want to paint the whole socket black. I just want to paint part of it. So if you look at what we have here, I'm going to try and hold the brush in a way that I'm not painting to the front. Maybe I could start from the back. I'm just slowly going to come around, and I'm going to leave just a little bit of that tip white. And I'm just going to make a kind of a circular shape here. And that's going to represent our bunny rabbit's eye. It'll make sense hopefully later. When I say hopefully, with art, you never can tell. Right here's a little opening right near the mouth. I'm just going to cover that little spot. That's going to represent the nose. Pretty much, that's all you need to start for right now. Ring the bell. Come over here. Now we're going to focus on this area. We want this to be a little darker. So I'm going to take this burnt umber. We can call it dark brown if you like. And I'm just going to go over what I did so that it has that level of darkness, because I want it to be a shadow. I'm going to pick it up, go right underneath his body a little bit. I'm not bringing it all the way over, just stopping right underneath his body, and especially trailing off here towards the back. That's what I want. I want that look right there. I'm going to knock the brush off. We're almost done, believe it or not. Now, I like to add a little tonal value to the ear. And the reason that I use the palette sheet to mix the dark pink is now I can go into the natural pink and do almost the same thing I did with the eye, where I'm going to take this color and I'm going to show you in exaggeration. I'm just going to come right along the edge of it on this side here, like that. And if you notice, it's putting a little bit of the line inside, and that's what I want. I don't want it solid. I just wanted it right along the edge. So I'm going to take and put a little bit more pink. I'm not going to go all the way up this time. I'm going to start maybe right here and just touch the canvas lightly and go back over this one to make it a little richer. That's really all I want. I just want that. Just want that look right there. You feather this a little bit. There you go. I just want that look. That's good enough for me. Okay? Now, I'm sure that this eye is going to need a little bit more work, but we'll work that out towards the end. We're almost ready to peel. Just want to take another quick look, see where we are, kind of get a gist going here. This looks good. So at this point, I'm going to put the brush down. I'm going to pick up my spatula, and I'm going to use this to peel off the bunny rabbit. Now get ready to remove the peel off. I'm going to try to find a spot because I want you to be able to see. Let's go down here. I think you can see this. I'm just grabbing some of the peel off. As I grab it, I'm just going to pull it very gently. And as you can see the eye, pull it. I'm just going to take it off. There. And there's our rabbit. So now we're going to finish painting. Our rabbit's silhouette is clean. Our background is there. He's sitting on the ground. He's got the green in the front. This is working out perfectly. So we don't need this anymore. So now we're going to take this brush and we're just going to pull up some grass blades, because we want to have the rabbit so that he's sitting in a little bit. But you see what I did when I just went around the edge? It made an eye for me, covered the nose for me. The rabbit's ear has a couple of value tones. Now for a lot of you, after what I'm about to do, your painting could technically be finished. I see a white spot here. I'm just going to add some green and touch it with a little bit of yellow. Kind of blend this in along the edge. Yeah, that works for me. Now, if you want to, you could pretty much say your rabbit is done right at this point, because technically it is. You have a white rabbit sitting on a nice field. But I'm going to take it a little further. So, before I do, now here is where you would pull up grass blades to put some grass blades right in front of the rabbit. But since I want to take it a little further, let me reintroduce you to the palette sheet. I'm going to take a little bit of white. I'm going to put that on the palette sheet. Then I'm going to go and grab a little bit of black. Now, I don't need a lot of black. You may have been given a lot, but you don't need a lot, because we're going to make this into a light gray. See that little bit that's on there? That might even be too much. So let's put this here, and then let's take and mix till we get us a nice light gray. See? I left a lot of the dark there because I just want a nice light gray. What I'm going to do with this light gray is, right along the rabbit's ear here, I'm going to create a little shadow. So I'm going to take some of that color, introduce it, wipe it on the paper towel, using the same brush. Just going to come back and repaint over it a little bit, because I just want to separate his ear and use some of this color to indicate that. Maybe I'll take a little white at this point just to soften up the edges, because what we want is a very, very light shadow. You see how that white over the top of that gray softened it up a little bit? In this part here, we could actually pull it right around the front of his head, give a little shadow on the rabbit's head. Now, these are slightly advanced techniques, and again, in another video, we could take this rabbit and really take him to task. But for right now, this is all we need. It's a little variation of gray. See that? Now we're going to take a little bit more of that gray, and I'm going to start with a nice hard line right on his back. See, I didn't go to the edge, but I'm going to grab a little white and just go right over that and just soften it. But it's still going to stay gray, and it's that grayish shadow that I'm pulling for now. Put a little bit more white over here. Soften this up. Excuse my hand, let me go this way. So you can see how I'm softening it up. And this is going to put a back shadow on the rabbit. See how I left the top part pristine clean, and I'm just coming right on that hump part. See? And we're going to do that a couple of more places. So we're going to grab some of that gray, and maybe right up in here, we'll fake like we're cutting off a leg, like one foot is in the front of the other. Wiping the brush off, picking up a touch of white, coming in, going right over that gray to soften it. See? Now we create the shadow, like this leg is hidden behind this leg. We could take that same brush and we could do a little bit right here in this area. See how I made it look a little round? Now let's take some of that white again, soften this up. Now again, you could have stopped a while ago. Me, I like to take things as far as I can go. Yeah, that plumps my rabbit up a little bit. Maybe create a little bit more facial here. See? Now let's get into the grass. For that, I'm just going to go right into some green. And I'm just going to touch a little bit on the paper towel to flatten out my brush a little bit. And from here, I'm just going to spike like this. I'm just going to take the brush and turn it like that and like this. And just make some grass blades. See that? This helps put the rabbit behind a few blades, his feet over here maybe. Maybe his rear in this area, just to help settle him into the ground. See, just a few. And pretty much That's it. You could take the brush, touch into a tiny, tiny bit of black again. And just from that little edge, I'm going to go right over here. I'm just going to create what I'm going to call a mouth. It's just a tiny little line. That's good. That's good. Just an indication. See? And remember I told you you could probably go in and fix that eye a little bit if you want. I'm just going to take the brush a little bit more black, hoping I can stay out of your way. And I'm going to just try and create a little bit more thickness to that eye. Right there. There. That's good. And you could also take a little touch of that sienna and put it right on the very top of the black. That's where his nose is, just to get a little extra color. See, just like that. And if you touch some pink right there where his mouth is, that little part that we called his mouth, I just want to grab a little touch and go right above that and maybe add a little bit of pink right there. That gives the look and feel of his mouth a little bit more. And I like to take a little bit of this dark grayish color, mix with a little bit of white, and make a little bit of a, like a kind of a triangular shape right around his chin area here, just to help separate that a little bit. This is a little stronger than what we did for the other stuff, but that's good. And that, my friends, is a finished painting. Well, I hope you enjoyed painting with me. The idea is there, the bunny rabbit's there. It was really quick, it was really easy, it was really fun. You could spend hours detailing, adding things, changing things, straightening up things. And that's why I think in another video, I'm going to show you how you could go in here and take this rabbit to an even higher degree. I just added a little bit more burnt umber for the shadow because I want it to be really, really dark. Just going to work it a little bit more right up in here, just so I can see that it's underneath his body. See? And I'll show you a trick before we go, and then I'm going to wrap. I'm going to take the brush tip, this end, not the bristle end, but this end. And I'm going to touch into some white, just to get a dot of color. And I'm going to go into his eye, and I'm going to dot that, and there it is. My rabbit is complete. Well, I hope you had fun, again, and enjoy yourself. And make sure you subscribe to our channel for any future videos. There's a bell that you can press, so when I post a new video, it will alert you and let you know. It's not going to send you an email, I don't think. It's just going to ping you and let you know that there's a new video posted. And you can subscribe. And you could also go to jrobinsonart.com or Peiloff.com. That's Peiloff. And you can buy any kits that you want. So I look forward to painting with you again. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day. Bye-bye.